Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily. My name is Corey, and it's so good to have you with us. Well, I've heard it said that certain authors spend their whole life writing the same book. Certain themes keep coming back over the course of their life that define their writing and express something about who they are as a person. And I can relate to that as a songwriter. Over the years, certain themes have kept emerging in my songs, and the theme of grace has been central for me. You know, we've heard the phrase amazing grace so many times that it's become a cliche. And yet I find that there are still times when I'm struck again by the wonder of God's goodness towards a humanity that has a tendency to walk away from Him. He's the God who relentlessly pursues us. And I think that one of the most powerful pictures of God's pursuing grace is found in the story of the prodigal son. You can find it in Luke chapter 15. I'm not going to read it today, but the reason that I bring that parable up is that I can see my own story in the journey of the lost son. I've realized that no matter how many times I go astray, God is always pursuing me. He's always waiting for me to take a step towards Him. And when I turn to Him, I find that He pours out His goodness in a way that far exceeds my expectations. And so I can come to Him empty-handed, bringing my failures and my flaws. And I find the grace of God meets me where I am and brings restoration to my life. That message of grace is available for every single one of us. And I believe that it's the goodness of God that melts our heart and leads us to turn back to God. Today I'm going to write a song that I wrote many years ago that was inspired by the parable of the lost son. It's called Light on the Darkest Line. And I remember I worked really hard on this song and I finished the final draft in a parking lot in Glenmore. And I knew the song was done when I wrote the following lyrics. It says, I have come home hungry, but your grace becomes a feast. I have come home troubled, but your wounds become my peace. Even with your arms stretched out, you run to welcome me, and I will trade my poverty for whatever you will bring. Into your heart I ride, a stream of laughter from inside bleeds like diamonds on this dusty ground, where I have lost the will to hide. I hope this song reminds us to come to God just as we are. He's always waiting, always pursuing. So let's turn to Him and watch how His light will shine into our brokenness. Thanks for watching.
Into your heart I ride, with the trail of ashes by my side. Rain pours loud across this crowded street, where I have lost the will to hide. I will look up to the sky, even in my darkest times. I will ramble with the poetry of war on sleeves of rhyme. Shine your light on the darkest line. Into your hand I stray, no whispering thorns of yesterday can build a hedge around salvation's gate, can cast a windfall on my way. I will look up to the sky, even in my darkest times. I will ramble with the poetry of war on sleeves of rhyme. Shine your light on the darkest line. I have come home hungry, but your grace becomes a feast. I have come home troubled, but your wounds become my peace. Even with your arms stretched out, you run to welcome me. I will trade my poverty for whatever you bring. Into your heart I ride, a stream of laughter from inside bleeds like diamonds on this dusty floor, where I have lost the will to hide. I will look up to the sky, even in my darkest times. I will ramble with the poetry of war on sleeves of rhyme. The poetry of war on sleeves of rhyme. The poetry of war on sleeves of rhyme. Shine your light on the darkest line.